Imagine going undercover on one of the most secretive islands in the world and realizing you're not there to investigate, you're there because you've been chosen. Here's my pitch for a Jeffrey Epstein movie. When a determined investigative journalist uncovers a disappearance linked to Jeffrey Epstein's private island, she goes undercover to expose the truth, only to find herself trapped in a world of power, secrecy, and no easy way out. This movie would explore something similar to what Stanley Kubrick touched on in Eyes Wide Shut: power, money, sex, all things that corrupt an individual. Where Eyes Wide Shut points towards the psychology behind elite circles, it never fully shows how far it goes, and that's what makes it so effective. But this movie would take it one step further, not by being explicit, but by going deeper into the system itself, how it works, why it exists, and why no one stops it. The Epstein case is still surrounded by questions. What was really going on? Why were people involved? More importantly, how does something like that continue to exist? That's why taking an outside perspective makes sense. Have someone enter that world and uncover it from the inside. So what's really driving these people? It's not just money, not just status, but power. Because at a certain level, these individuals already have everything. So what's left? Control. Freedom from consequences, ability to do things others can't, and that's what makes it dangerous. So how does this reflect in the world of the film? The island isn't just one thing. On the surface, it's exactly what you'd expect: luxury, parties, influence, connections. But beneath that, there's another layer, something more controlled, more hidden, and the deeper you go, the harder it is to leave. Now, the character. An investigative journalist makes sense because she's not just a victim, she's actively choosing to enter this world. She's ambitious, she wants a story that will elevate her career, but she wants to do it the right way, without compromising who she is, and that directly contrasts with the people she's investigating. Let's get a little deeper into the plot. She first hears about a girl disappearing on Epstein's island. She realizes this could be a serious story, so she poses as a model to gain access. At first, everything seems normal. She's blending in, moving through the party, observing, collecting information, staying detached. But slowly she gets pulled deeper into it. Famous actors start talking to her, hinting at something beneath the surface. Eventually, they take her somewhere hidden, away from the party. And that's where things change. They push her into something she can't walk away from, something she didn't choose. And that's when she realizes they know exactly why she's there. And more importantly, they now have something on her, something that can follow her off the island, something that can destroy her career, her reputation, her life. Now she's in a position where there's no easy way out. It's not just about leaving anymore. Even if she does, it doesn't end. So she's left with the choice: go along with them, become part of the system, or resist and risk losing everything. Because on that island, power doesn't just control what happens there, it controls what happens after you leave. Conflict comes from that tension. She wants the truth, she wants to expose what's happening, but the deeper she goes, the more dangerous it becomes. And eventually she has to make a choice: get the story or get out alive. At its core, the story is about believing you can step into power without being consumed by it. The tone would be similar to Eyes Wide Shut and Get Out: slow, controlled, unsettling, a gradual realization that something is very wrong. This isn't just a story about one island, it's about power, who has it, how they use it, and what happens when no one can stop them. That's my pitch. Thanks for watching.